When we start out on our journey through advanced audit and assurance, it's important that we understand the rules of the game. And for this particular chapter, we start out by trying to consider what we mean when we talk about international regulatory environments for audit and assurance services. You might be expected to talk a bit about where standards come from in terms of their application, but in terms of the actual process, it's unlikely to be expected to talk a bit about them. But at least knowing where they come from and how they work gives you some understanding about their credibility. Similarly, we might need to talk a little bit about the specifics of laws and regulations as an auditor, but we will never have to talk about them in great details. Indeed, in this paper, we're only interested in the awareness and the importance of ISO 250 for external auditors who have to make sure that their clients are not breaking any of the laws or regulations that they're exposed to, and in so doing have to be aware of the potential implications of any breaches of laws or regulations in terms of things like provisions and the like that we should see coming in. Overwhelmingly, however, the thing that is of greatest importance from a regulatory perspective within this chapter is your awareness of money laundering, both what it is and what to do when you potentially spot it happening. Remember, there are several offences that could be potentially coming in people's direction in relation to money laundering: possessing, dealing or concealing criminal property, failing to report knowledge or tipping off. Don't forget that these last two are actually crimes that you yourself as an auditor could be potentially accused of committing. As a result, it's important that you follow the appropriate guidance in order to do the things that you're supposed to do when it comes to the possible threat of money laundering. So there's a few areas that each firm should have in place in terms of things like appointing a money laundering reporting officer, systems of identifying clients prior to them being taken on board, keeping adequate records of clients, trying to understand how you might recognise the possibility of suspicion, reporting transactions that do appear to be suspicious, and crucially avoiding any form of tip-off, even by accident.